Now, I'm here by myself right now, so the video is not going to be super awesome. But I'm putting together a bridle for Jazz. So I like these quick change bridles, mainly because I can easily change out the bit. So this is the bit I'm going to use. It's a Waterford bit. It lays across the mouth like this instead of a sharp point like a snaffle does. I don't like using snaffles when I first start working with them. So again, I love these bridles because see, quickly interchange them however you want to use them. And this bit can be used like this, or hang on, like that. However you want to be able to use it. There is no specific way. There is no one rule everyone has to follow. So you can use it like that as well. Honestly, I just have to see how long her head is, and then I'll know how I can use it. So I will go get Jazz, and we will keep going. Alright, I have Jazz here. Before I ever work with them, I do give them a little bit of a grooming time. Just something for them. Makes them feel better. I guess it kind of makes me feel better too. Not like this brush is going to do much with this big coat. And you notice, even with my shoulder, I don't raise my hand up very high. I can only raise it to there. I can't go up any higher unless I fling it. So, I can only do so much. Can you move your leg forward? This is one thing I like to teach all my horses, is if I tap their fetlock, that they move their leg forward. I know you don't like that, but you got goopies. I want to get those goopies off of you. One thing she is still learning, which is taking her a little bit, is if I'm on a certain side, she doesn't move away very easily. She never really has. That's her biggest issue, is she pushes into pressure. And she gets very impatient, so she starts pawing. Alright, as you all saw, but you see, this is pretty darn big. So I need to shorten it up. She is just turning 2 this next year. I think towards the beginning of the year. So she's still got one of those tiny yearling heads. So I'm going to put it on the smallest, but I'm going to not put it back inside the thing, so I can easily change it once I get it over her ear. Now she has never, looks like it actually might fit, never had a bridle on or a bit in her mouth. This will be a first time for her. And obviously I have to go to the other side to do this. So you'll see me on the other side, but you won't see how my arm works. I have to crawl my arm up her neck, and I can do this and work myself up the neck because I can't just lift my arm straight up like I do with this one. So we'll see how she does. Like I said, first time. I normally have grain, but I don't have any grain right now for her. But we'll see how this works. If I need to get some grain, I will. Now she's not hard tied. She's on this Aussie ring tie. So it shouldn't be too bad. Come here. Come here. Let's go ahead and let you back up a few steps. Back. There you go. All right. Thank you for letting me wander up your nose like that. I know, this is gonna be super weird. I know. Oh my gosh, this poor brown band is like a pony brown band. Can any of you guys see that? The brown band doesn't even fit. So we're gonna treat it like a one ear. Okay. That's pretty pathetic, and that's a horse size. Obviously not horse size enough, right? Yeah, we're treating it like a one ear because your brow is obviously very large. Well, obviously on the smallest, it fits. I'm gonna let her get used to it a little bit. I'm probably gonna braid up her mane a little bit because I like to have all this on one side. It's kind of annoying. Just give her time to sit there and chill with it in her mouth. She's not one that likes to play with things in her mouth anyway. Yeah, she has cones and stuff like that in her stall, but she doesn't really care about the stuff so much. So this is all something different and new for her. So I'm going to, don't try to rub it off, come here. I'm expecting her to be a little bit of a douche, a little butt, because, well, she's never had this on her. So she doesn't know what to think about it. It's probably really irritating on her. Going, why do I have this thing in my mouth? She has no idea. Looks like I need to give you a bridle path, huh? Looks like that's really the biggest part that needs to be grown back. So it's doing pretty good. I'm actually very happy. From where it was completely shaven off basically. Very annoying. I hate that. I'm a stickler about nice manes. Hi, thank you. Looking for the rubber bands. See, I'm out at the horse trailer right now, and we always have a set of rubber bands out here, but people like to move things. So it looks like there are no rubber bands in here right now. So what I'm going to do is I will run up to the tack room and I'll go get them. I'm going to put her on a little bit harder of a tie just so she realizes that if she backs up, she can't slide all the way out, because like you can see on there, it's an Aussie ring tie. She can pull on it and it will come out. But while I'm gone, I don't want her pulling and thinking she can follow me, because a lot of the horses seem to think they can follow you. No, get your nose up. But while I'm gone, you guys get to watch her. I'm going to also put the throat latch on so she doesn't pull off the bridle. Hey, big girl. Back up one. That's one of the horses playing with their feeder. I know. Come here. All right, for Aussie ring tie, we go around one more time. And then we put this around twice. So it's just a little harder for them to pull back. And I'll be right back. They'll probably play with stuff. Jazz has now been hooked to the trailer without me there for probably a good 5-10 minutes. I've been needing to look for rubber bands. Now you'll see she'll deliberately put her nose underneath the lead rope just to put the lead rope over her head. Now I don't know if she's trying to figure out a way to get out or not. See? And now she has no reason to lift her head any higher, but she does. She jumped forward and stepped on the step that's right in front of the tack room. She's not hurt. She always steps up on that whenever we go in the tack room. She likes to follow us in there. But she's fine. You'll see I come back with my friend Tara. It's Christmas Day, so we're doing Christmas stuff. She did Christmas tacos for us that day. I'm telling her that I'm going to be braiding up her mane and everything that I'm going to be doing with her, and she wants to help out by just brushing her, and I told her that's perfectly fine. So again, I sprayed down her mane just to make it easier for me to brush through. And there were no little snags or knots that time, which is nice. And if you see the color of her mane, how it's like a grayish brown, that's actually her color. That is not dirt. She is a smoky cream dun, which means she is like a cremello, but technically underneath all this, she's a Grulia. So she does have a dorsal stripe on her. It's a tannish gray dorsal stripe. And it goes from between her ears all the way down to the tip of her tail. So her tail always looks dirty. Looks like a golden, silvery dirt color. I thought it was dirt for the longest time until I started washing it, and the color just stayed. It got more vibrant. She's being a good girl, getting used to that bit. We're just trying to keep her mind occupied so she doesn't think she has to, chomp on the bit all the time, because she loves being groomed. So this is her happy moment. Once I got done with her mane, I went ahead and did her tail. Her tail is extremely thick, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to put it all up in a braid. I had to pick the longest parts to be able to put up. Her tail grows from all angles. In fact, all the hairs that are up towards the dock of the tail that people see that are really short, those ones are extremely long on her. And I'll do another video of that so you guys can see that. But right now, I'm just trying to braid what I can, and then I end up putting vet wrap around it to make sure it stays where it's supposed to stay. Now for vet wrap, I end up using the half rolls. They're like 1.5 inches wide. You see it in my hand there. I don't use anything bigger, or I try not to, mainly because it becomes more of a hassle. Now, Jazz did have some goobers on her eyes that we couldn't get off, so Tara ended up using a little of the hoof brush, because it has a bit of a coarser brush to it to get them out from around her eyes. So no, she was not poking her in the eye with the brush or anything like that. She was actually going around her eyes to get out the nasty stuff. Now here, I decided to go ahead and work with her. She's a little hyper. It is a little chilly out. I didn't reprimand her for being hyper because she's still a baby. She's going to be hyper. I wanted to work with whoa. So I said whoa there and she stopped. And then I thought, hey, let's go with the opposite side. The side that no one ever really works with. And of course I say whoa. She stopped on a dime. And you saw I stopped before she did. She's not the kind of horse that if I stop, she'll stop. She's not playing with the bit, which is really nice. She's doing really good, just walking around on the opposite side. She's a little slow, but I'm thinking she's trying to figure it out. I said, whoa. And she figured that I was going to yank a chain. I did not have any chain, nothing on her. This is just hooked to her normal halter. You see, I'm asking her to back, and she wants to turn around and push into me. Again, one of her biggest faults, but as soon as she backs, I rub her down. She loves her chest and neck rubbed. So now that I'm every time I say whoa, I'm going to back her a few steps. But I don't want her anticipating me to say whoa. I want her to wait until I say it. Right when I said, I had already stopped, and right when I said whoa, she whoa'd. You see how lightly I am on the lead there? Because now she was paying attention and she was waiting for me to ask her to back up. I ask her to whoa again. This time she's kind of not paying attention, so she didn't realize, oh, I better back up. Now she backs up 2-3 steps, that's fine. And then we're pretty much done. I want to go ahead and take off the bridle. A lot of horses have issues with the bridle coming off. They like to clamp their teeth and not open their mouth to let it out. So me, I want to make sure she's actually going to let the bridle and bit fall out of her mouth. She has so much hair, and because this stupid brow band is pony size, it's very difficult for me to get off. And no, that's not my bad arm. And it came right out. She did very good. I rubbed her face and rubbed her eye, because she's been having an itchy eye, but she let the bridle out perfectly. She did very good on this round. I wasn't going to do a heck of a lot because I knew my friend Tara was coming out, so I wasn't going to do lunging or anything, but I did want to work with her with walking around on the offside and backing her up. Just kind of keep those things refreshed.